I would like, if I may, to take...
And now for something completely different.
Alrighty then, we have had a very interesting day. We did not go into the store today. Unfortunately, when Mom and Dad was at the doctor's that we ran them to just, 2 days ago, they picked up some type of a bug or virus, and both of them are ill today. So I came over and stayed with them in their place today to keep an eye on them, make sure everything was okay and functioning fine, especially with Dad having that surgery just recently, and we've got to go and take him in to have the stent removed out of his out of the ductwork of the liver. They can't leave that stent in there. It has to come out, and been worried about him vomiting and stuff because he vomits pretty violently, and didn't want him to tear up or rip anything, because the surgeon said if it goes to rip or anything, then we'd really have a problem. So I've been watching them all day, taking care of them, doing what I can, you know, and now it's time that Dad usually goes and takes care of mail runs and garbage runs and all that, and I had to fight with him to keep him down, so we're going to keep him down, and we're going to go out and do that. We're letting the gopher warm up. Reminded me of the kid doing chores and stuff. Like, Dad's got his little daily chores that keeps him occupied. You know, he's been retired for many years, and he's got all kinds of little chores that he's kind of invented for him to do to keep him, you know, going along, getting along, moving along, being occupied. So it reminded me when I had chores when I was a kid. Of course, I didn't know they were chores. I thought that's what everybody did, you know. You cut the grass, and you took out the garbage, and you cleaned this and fixed that and worked here and did that. And years and years went by until you come out of, you know, go into grade school, elementary school, and just as you start to go into a high school setting and stuff, you find out that other kids have been getting what they called an allowance. Allowance for, you know, doing all the same stuff, basically slave labor that we did either on the farm or at the house or wherever. It was just what you did. My dad's thing was, when I ever made a mention of an allowance, everything, he says, I feed, I clothe, I take care of you. What do you need being paid for? And he was right, but you know, it was the way it was. So I started going out and doing odd jobs other than everything I did at either the home or at work or farm or whatever. And mowing grasses was one of them. I've made mention of that before, and did this, did that. Finally, that didn't really work out so well, even into later age, because I was cutting acreage for $5 when for the same amount of acreage, and not even doing the trimming and weeding and everything like I did. I was doing it for $5, and everybody else was doing it for $125. So by the time I paid my dad back for the gas and wear and tear on the farm, the tractor and equipment and all that stuff, there really wasn't anything left. So I was actually out doing more work for nothing. But it did, and I've said this before in some of my old stories and stuff, it did teach me a lot about a working environment, work ethic, and people. It really did. So now look where I'm at in my life here, as I'm getting too old to do anything. My health's bad, everything going on, and for the last almost 20 years, basically working for the volunteer organization for nothing. What have they done to me? How have I been brainwashed? What is wrong with me? Well, I do know what's wrong with me, but so it comes at the beginning of my life. I was made to not earn anything but work 24/7, and now at the end of my life, I'm pretty much doing the exact same thing, but my health is failing tremendously, so we're probably going to stop that soon. And I'm not sure what it's going to be like for enjoyment. I mean, I get it where I can now. I've always done that. I, would work. I worked for when I was working publications in printing ad agencies, graphic arts, graphic designs, and prep and paint, prep room in the photo labs and in the photography departments and all the places. I put anywhere from 40 to 90 hours a week in. For years and years and years. I worked a 13-year night shift for years and years and years. And then I did take, I will admit I did take a time off, but that time off was being put into a very small place for many, many years. Really didn't get time off. Oh, they slave labor you too. Places like that will work you a 40-hour week. And I think you get 20 cents a day. I think it was 20 cents a day that they paid you for cleaning ditches, road crew work, working in the machine shops, me, working in the factories, me, taking care of all their bookworks and doing their inventory billing and everything, me. I was in big demand. I don't know. I think maybe more 20 cents a day would have been good, but yeah, I did that for years. So I guess that's kind of been a theme. Work big, heavy, either labor or brain intensive things and get little to nothing payment. Well, I'm doing good. I've set a trend. No one else is going to follow it, just like no one else would have cut the grasses, an acre and a half for $5, like I did back then. So, well, we're going to run and go take care of this. The gopher is, yeah, she's sounding good. She's nice and warmed up. We're going to make a run. We're going to do that. And we might take a little short jaunt, maybe to let some music play in my head. I don't know, but we'll see. Let's ride. Got lots of good junk mail. Let's go get the garbage. Garbage. We'll take it out here to the gopher, then we'll get her mail. It did snow last night pretty good. We had at least an inch on the ground, and then the sun came out, heated it right up, and it melted away. Whoops. Gotta lock it. There we go. Let's get her mail. And alrighty, there we go. We're gonna get in the gopher. Ooh, we got a lot of rust, boy, with the cover, clean, scrape, put some rust mort on it, and get it all set up so we have it a little more of a one color theme for this summer riding around. And I think, not sure how long the battery will last, but I think I'd like to make a run, maybe around the lake, since I didn't get to go out at all today, except for this. We'll run around the lake, see some things, listen to some more awesome music, awesome music, and see what goes on, and we'll make sure we get back and check on Mom and Dad. Let's finish this ride. our chores, or about to anyway. We got to take a little quick run around the lake and see how it's doing before the big spring temperatures come and all the trees will come back. We had quite a few ducks and fowl that stayed this year, and that's good, pretty much. That takes care of that. I'm gonna go in here and check on mom and dad, make sure they're okay. Then I'm gonna go in my apartment and I'm gonna get some rest. So hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. We'll get to actually go in and do some work, but until then, see ya.
Damn, that was annoying.
I don't get what